Hi everyone, and welcome to the KubeVirt community meeting for the 30th of April 2025. I'm going to add in the meeting notes into the chat here, so for anybody who wants to add themselves to attendance, please do so. And I was wondering, do we have any new people on the call? From what I can see, I don't see anybody new there, but if you want to introduce yourself, you can. Okay, we'll move on to the schedule check-in. So for the 1.6 release schedule, we are on the 30th of April here. So that means that we're expecting KubeVirt Alpha 0. I'm not sure if that's going to happen today, but and I believe the VEP proposal freeze is today as well. So any VEPs that you need to get merged, today is the last day for that. Uh, yeah. And then for upcoming CFPs, so for the CFP check-in, we just have the big main one here, which is KubeCon, Cloud Native Con North America 2025. Presentation or CFPs are due May 27th. So you need to get working on those CFPs if you're looking to attend KubeCon 2025. And the schedule should be announced the end of July, so the 30th of July. Um, okay, and again, we don't really have much on the agenda. I know a lot of people are on holidays and stuff, so it's kind of been a quiet week. So if anybody has anything for the agenda, they can add it now. We'll give it a minute. Well, okay, so moving on from the agenda then, moving on to just the open floor. I just have a single point here just to let people know. So in the background, AMD have supplied us with a new single node cluster to help us with our SEV testing in KubeVirt. So that cluster is now integrated into Prow. So we will be looking at re-enabling the SEV testing, and we should be able to avail of parallel testing of SEV in KubeVirt, which will be great. Currently able to schedule Prow jobs to it, just have to kind of iron out the testing for that and what kind of platform we run it on, because we can't use the traditional KubeVirt CI because, as far as I know, SEV doesn't support nested virtualization. So we're going to have to rely on something like a kind provider to allow for that testing. Um, I had a look at the pull requests and I couldn't see any that needed attention. I don't know if anybody has any particular pull requests they would like to draw approvers' eyes to or reviewers' eyes to. They can add it here if they have any they want to raise. Okay, so moving on to the mailing list review then. We have two items in the mailing list review. So yeah, this one is about creating a new repository in the KubeVirt org. I just opened the issue as well. I actually requested that they introduce the reason for the need for the new repo and introduce it to the mailing list. So if anybody has any strong opinions on it, please respond on the mailing list. I'm not that familiar with AWS EKS anymore. So if anybody has any strong feelings, please respond on the mailing list because they're looking to add this as a new repo to the org. So if anybody has any specific interests, please do respond. And the next one on the mailing list review. So this looks like a GPU pass-through issue. Anybody here want to take a look at this one?
We should probably tell him to open a GitHub issue. It'd be easier to track it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll respond to him so and ask him to open a GitHub issue.
Thanks.
And for the bug scrub. I don't see anything there that requires specific KubeVirt error. This is the GitHub issue.
Ah, perfect.
And those who bought and Victor's already on it. So okay, so someone's already handling that one. And I don't see anything else. So I see Lee has a couple of issues. Well, an issue here anyway. Says this has comments, but we'll just check it just to be sure. I would be surprised if virtualization worked on the Raspberry Pi cluster, but maybe someone. Yeah, okay. So Liche has responded on this one. And a couple of people have been on this issue already, Itamar and Shelley. Okay. I would normally CC Howard on this one, but don't know if he's as available as he used to be. Does anybody want to take a look at this one, or is this something that we don't expect to work anyway?
Oh, it should work. It worked years ago. I haven't checked in a while.
Okay. Who'll be best then to kind of CC on this one?
Gosh, I didn't speak up. I don't know who our ARM experts are right this second. Why don't you CC me then?
Okay.
I thought Lobo was.
He's on vacation for a couple days, but if that's an acceptable time frame, then
I need to get myself a Raspberry Pi cluster. I used to have one and I got rid of it, so I need to get another one.
I definitely don't have a Raspberry Pi, but you can send me one and I can debug. But it seems like a KubeVirt issue because it cannot decode what's the CPU model for the Raspberry Pi. So I would maybe tag
It's
Andrea.
interesting. It's interesting that KVM works with Virt Manager and libvirt on the Pis themselves. So that's an interesting.
Maybe it's just did we ship old libvirt and maybe with newer. So maybe ask for libvirt version that it's working with, and at the same time let's tag Andrea if he doesn't know about this kind of bug.
Yeah, okay. I'll ask him the libvirt version that he's using. Thanks. And I think that's it. I have a couple of flaky test ones here, but those have been addressed. And Itamar have a few more here, but I think we covered those last week. So I think that's it for the bug scrub. I don't think there's anything here either. I had a look at the flaky test fixes earlier on. Does anybody have anything else to raise before we close out?
happy Labor Day.
I'm okay with that. Thanks everyone for joining, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You.